All right, so we are already in a new quarter, and of course, today we're going to be looking at cadastral survey plans, acquisitions, processes, and costs. And my guests, who are no stranger to the microphone, they're here. Surveyor TIAMIYU is here. That's TIAMIYU Olawale Idris. He's member Nigerian Institution of Surveyors, and he is also APPSN Assistant Secretary. Surveyor TIAMIYU, it's nice to have you in the building. Good morning.
Thank you very much.
And you're welcome to Traffic Radio.
Oh, thank you so much.
Right.
Actually, my name is TIAMIYU.
Oh, TIAMIYU.
Yes.
Oh, sorry for that. So
no problem, sir.
That's Surveyor TIAMIYU Olawale, right?
Yes, thank you very much.
So you're welcome to Traffic Radio. All right, then. So he's been joined by another surveyor in the building, and I'm talking about Surveyor Anthony Ohikhueme. Ohikhueme is a member of Nigerian Institution of Surveyors as well. He is also the Secretary, APPSN Lagos State Branch Monitoring and Task Force. Surveyor Anthony, good morning. Welcome to the program.
Good morning, Lagos. Good morning, Mr. Victor. It's my second time here. It's good to be here, and a blessed day for me because I just had another day today.
Wow. And so, it's your birthday?
Yes, actually my birthday. I'm celebrating myself, my younger brother, and a nephew today. So it's a blessed day.
So congratulations to you.
Thank you very much.
And both of you are coming into our brand new studios. We're just launching this. This is barely 24 hours. So what do you make of these studios, by the way? Surveyor TIAMIYU, look around the ambience. What do you make of it?
You have a lovely studio here. In fact.
Okay.
You have a lovely studio.
Right.
I love it.
And Surveyor Anthony?
Wow, yeah, because I've been in the previous one, this actually looks cleaner, finer, and
it's an upgrade, right?
It's an upgrade, yes.
So we'll call it the ultra modern studios of Lagos Traffic Radio. All right, so both of you, you're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Let's jump in on the program this morning because there's a whole lot of times that we need to, demystify for our listeners so that they can also be part of this, and then they can have a better grasp of how it all works. So we need you to just explain for us, what is cadastral survey, or a cadastral survey plan? Let's start with Surveyor TIAMIYU rather.
Thank you very much, Mr. Victor. Cadastral survey plan is a legal document that is being used in the process of getting other documentation in terms of landed property, like your CFO, like your governor's consent, and all.
Okay. Is it the normal plan that we're used to, the normal survey plan?
Of course.
Okay, a lot of people, because all we know is just survey plan. But by the time you put a name like cadastral to it, people might begin to get confused. So you're saying it is that document that is required?
Yes.
Right. And Surveyor Anthony, how important is it for land ownership?
Okay, I think this is coming at the right time because there's a trending issue in the country at the moment, and I think one of the issues surrounding survey or so surrounding land ownership is because there's no proper documentation, and so I will just take you back to the issue surrounding the land issue in Abuja.
Okay.
With the recent minister and the lieutenant.
That's right.
If there exists a survey plan, which we call cadastral survey plan.
Okay.
While you are doing that survey plan, you would have probably gone to the ministry, the different departments that is hosting the survey plan, and you would have detected that your survey that you're doing is actually for the place that's actually free. You know the status and you know everything concerning that survey. So I'm sure if there was something like that done,
there wouldn't have been any application.
Whoever owns the land or feels owns the land would have actually gotten information as regards what type of land is holding. So that's one of the ways surveyors have tried to solve problems. But I think the general public is still not aware of what's happening as regards that. So
it's very, very crucial.
That's one of the important. So again, in land disputes today, in the olden days, there are different ways we demarcate lands and show that from this tree to that tree, from that building to that building. But today, because surveyors go into actual measurements, we give you the detailed dimensions of the land, we'll tell you the size, we'll tell you where it is located. So with that, you can go to, so the survey plan is called a legal instrument because you can take it to any court of law to prove ownership of the land. However, A survey plan does not actually say you are the owner of the land. It only gives you
details
of the land, from your name on it, the location, the coordinates, the size, and then it's also done by a registered surveyor, one who has been approved by the government to sign and seal the survey plan.
Right. So is a cadastral survey plan a life-lasting document?
Yes, it is a life-lasting document. I think in the last time I came here, I brought up the issue of the one done by Abat Macaulay.
Right.
Yes, and so that document has existed for years. So today, if you have a lasting document as much as a survey plan, it is advised that you also continue with the further documentations to titling of that particular land, which means you have to get other informations, other documents that relate to titling from the Lands Bureau, especially in Lagos, to also get your C of O or the governor's consent if the land already has a C of O.
Right. So TIAMIYU, we've heard of this cadastral survey. So is the cadastral survey plan static, or perhaps does it change from time to time?
It doesn't change at all.
It doesn't change?
Yes.
So it is static. It remains what it is?
Yes.
I was thinking that I heard that after some years you're supposed to upgrade the survey plan because of the status of that land might have changed and all of that. How does it work?
What really happened in that regard is, I could remember sometimes ago, maybe during Governor Fashola's time, that in a space of 10 years, Lagos State, there are development in Lagos State
that would have
happened in a space of 10 years. So it came into light that in a space of 10 years, if we want to have use your document, your survey plan, to acquire CFO or governor's consent in Lagos, after a period of 10 years, you have to go and upgrade or update your survey plan.
Okay.
And it's a peculiar case to Lagos.
Right.
I don't think
not for other states.
I don't think it is. It applies to other states.
All right. But I mean, so where would we locate the as-built survey? Because I thought after you must have done your cadastral survey, then sometime later something like the as-built survey comes to play. Survey Anthony.
Okay, like my colleague have just explained, you asked if it's static. So I would not say there's any dynamic nature of survey plan, because land would never shift its position. Okay. There's an advent in technology which requires that there's a change in instruments used and all that. However, with that, the land will still be in an actual position, maybe just some little differences in coordinates or so that will help to change in that, but that does not change the land position.
All right.
So
okay, yeah. So it's not to say that I mean, the
so
land
you were asking about as-built survey, right?
Yeah.
So first of all, when you buy a land, most times the land is not developed. Maybe it's inside a very bushy or swampy area or so. After development, there will be fence lines and all that as boundaries for your land. So at that point, if you come back to say, okay, I want to establish the dimensions, the boundary of what you have in the survey plan, you can now call that an as-built. If there's a building existing now in it and you want to redefine the boundaries, you can call that an as-built. Most importantly, when we do surveys, we at the corners of each of the lot or the parcel of the land, you try to put what we call beacons. Okay. When you put those beacons have coordinates that we have had there. So with the advent of technology now, you can easily replace those beacons in its actual position. Right. And if you cannot, because the owner has already fenced, you can also go to the fence or at the corner of the fence and put the coordinates.
Okay.
But the difference now is that at the time the person bought the land, because it was a virgin land, it was bare, and then when he now fenced, his masons could have shifted the line of each fence line by some millimeters or meters. When you are redoing that survey, you are actually recapturing what is on ground as owned at the moment. Okay. There will be a difference between what you have done in the past when the land was a virgin land and what you have captured. So what you have now captured now will now be stated as-built survey.
Okay.
However, as-built survey has some other, at least for the public now, I think that is a little about it. Right. But there is more, because surveyors go into even high-rise buildings and even capture the entirety of buildings.
All right.
All the corners and everything.
So where there is an as-built survey, will the cadastral survey still be needed?
So the as-built survey is also part of the cadastral system.
Oh, okay.
Right? So the cadastral survey actually shows dimensions. of the boundaries of all this of the entire place. But it's important that if you have a building in the place and you want it captured for planning purposes, if you do a cadastral survey plan that has a building in it, meaning as-built survey, it will show the amount of space left in the compound for development purpose. You can replan with the space available in your as-built survey, which is also part of the cadastral survey system.
So, Olawale, let's get to the steps that are involved in acquiring a cadastral survey plan in Lagos State, for instance. What are the steps?
The steps, thank you very much, Mr. Victor. The steps that are involved in acquiring a cadastral survey plan is a surveyor visits your site, acquires data, then proceed to his office to create a draft. To start with, let me quickly say this. You can actually apply for a job and get it done within 5 days now in Lagos State due to the advent of our online booking process.
Oh, so is that simple now?
Yes, it's much easier now.
Okay, so you can apply online and within a certain period you get your application done.
Get your cadastral survey plan.
Just like that?
Yes, sir.
Is that easy?
It's that easy now.
Okay.
But it cannot be done by an individual. You have to consult a registered surveyor to do all that for you. Goes to the site, get acquired data, create a draft, then apply through the online system with the stipulated payment for the mandatory deposits, other beacon payment that will be done. Then within 24 hours or so, such a beacon request will be granted and issued to the surveyor to be fixed on your survey plan and delivered to you.
Surveyor Anthony, what documents are required to initiate the process? And can an individual just obtain these documents?
No, I know that, like my colleague has just said, there's no way an individual can get that, because the surveyor has proceeded to site, collected the data, and he has gone back to you. Of course, you have to give him money. You give him the money, and he makes all the payments through his own assisted portal system, right? So it's a self-assisted portal system. You pay, put all your payments receipts there, then await the return on the request. So when you get the result, then you can then proceed to complete the survey. All surveyors who are registered in Lagos are on that portal. Like he said, our new e-portal system, I think, commenced sometime last year in July. So it goes through the different offices, from the institution to the account system to also the Surveyor General's office, and then they now reissue you those numbers. So it goes through all that before you now wait on your request by email, sometimes by text, sometimes you go back to the portal and you see all the information you need to complete your survey. So individuals cannot do that.
And how long does the process typically take?
So it actually depends on the volume of work available for them. So if you apply, maybe sometimes in 24 hours, sometimes in 2 days, depends on the volume of work. Sometimes there's a rush of work, and then, of course, we know the human system has to also work. So it's not dependent on any magic.
Yeah. So, TIAMIYU, what are the challenges that applicants like you typically face when you want to get, these big king and all these processes that you just mentioned? What are some of the challenges that you face?
Oh, well, basically, there is not much challenge presently at the moment, because the system is
so it's seamless.
It's seamless now.
Okay, as it is right now.
As compared to what we used to face
before now.
Okay,
so it's seamless in Lagos, but what about other states?
Actually, other states are also involved in what Lagos is doing.
Okay,
you understand, because we have some states that I won't say backward, but I have not gotten to the advanced stage that we have, like the likes of Lagos, like Ogun, and some other few states that are technologically inclined, so to say. So we have some other states that are not as vast as that, but it can only get better.
All right, then Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. This morning, we're looking at cadastral survey plan processes and costs. And of course, I have two great minds with me in the studios. I have Surveyor TIAMIYU Olawale, who's Assistant Secretary, APPSN. And I also have with me in the building Surveyor Anthony Ohikhueme. Of course, he is also APPSN Assistant Secretary for Monitoring and the Task Force. All right, let's get back to the roads right now before we begin to hear from you as well. Those of you who are navigating through the roads this morning, you can also join the conversation. Ekpe, yes, we did tell you of an incident within the Ekpe corridor. That was earlier on, but okay, it's still very much there. Yes, receiving attention. That's around the Alarus city. We have an impediment within that particular corridor right now. But I also understand Light Up Lagos officials are installing street light poles. And this is on Domalong Bridge, inwards Fadeyi. For now, no effect on the traffic. But we have traffic managers there also trying to ensure that it doesn't really affect your movement. Okay, take note of that. Those of you that are within that particular corridor, that's what you have right now. All right, so I'll allow you to join the conversation very, very shortly. 080-99-120-777 and 091-5387-7127. You can feel free to ask your questions. I released the surveying, really. That's the focus this morning, and this is courtesy of the Association of Private Practicing Practitioners as Surveyors of Nigeria, APPSN. All right, let's get to costing, because we did talk about costs earlier on, right? What costs are associated with all of this that we have mentioned this morning, especially if you want to acquire a cadastral survey plan? Surveyor Anthony?
Okay, as regards costing, the institution has decided to actually regulate survey. Survey is not is a business, but it's not one of those kind of businesses that everybody you just goes in and out and say you want to price. So there's a regulation on it. Also, because the Surveyor Registration Council of Nigeria has said, okay, if you are a surveyor, this has to be your minimum way of collecting money and taking it back. So surveyors actually collect money on behalf of through the institution, on behalf of the Surveyor Registration Council, and then we are enumerated back. So how this costing comes about is they actually check the land value, they check the deciduous nature of the land, maybe it's swampy or bushy. Okay. They also check the location, so the transportation, logistics, and that's how they were able to arrive at the costing for each land. And then for a place like Lagos, because of the urban nature, we have it according to local governments. So you have some local governments are quite high, and then some are very low. But the public feels is high, but it's actually not high as they call it, So
for a normal survey plan in a place like Ikeja, for instance, how much is it?
Ikeja is actually one of the prime area, we call it. So it's very well developed. So Ikeja, it's on the minimum of 1.565 million. It's very low compared to what an agent would take for survey for exchange of land. Right. But I think in Etiosa it's about #1 million for a square meter in Etiosa.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, so that's what it costed. So is it something that is uniform? I mean, is it a institution whereby or maybe if I see you, I can say, look, why 1.5 million? Me, I'm ready to pay you 800,000 now. Can it be haggled?
No. Because this, like I said earlier, this costing was arrived at. So and it's actually, in fact, I would prefer you tell me 5 million instead of telling me 800,000 naira, because you are buying a land of 1.2 billion naira, and then you want, I think 5 million is even small for such thing. Right. So 800,000 would not suffice for such thing.
All right.
Yes.
So how can individuals budget really, or first of all, are there additional costs apart from this one you've mentioned now? The static cost like you just mentioned right now per location is predetermined, but do we have other fees?
Okay, if you ask me on that, right, I would say practically for survey, to get a cadastral survey plan, practically there are no fees. But of course, if you are telling me that I have to come there 3-4 times, there will be some logistic cost. If you have to do what they call a charting or land information, for you, which actually gives you more insight about the status of your land. Though of course there will be costs. There are other operational costs that may arise, but just to get your survey plan, there won't be a cost because the surveyor would have told you this is the minimum survey fee, and it shouldn't go beyond that, because going below that is what we call undercutting effect, and that's one of the primary things my committee does to ensure that there's no undercutting in our profession, because it also kills and affects other colleagues in the business.
So let's talk about that now. So how have you been doing that? I mean, have you caught people who have been doing undercutting businesses?
Yeah. Right now, we have. In fact, we are finishing a tenure in a second year. This is my 5th year or 4th year in being the secretary of that committee. We have had few people who we suspected, of course, they are surveyors, and then we try to see if we can correct them, because especially those that work with probably estate companies try to just throw different things as surveyors. And you understand that the economic nature of the country, now everybody wants to try to survive. But in trying to survive, it shouldn't be at the detriment of your colleagues. So that's what we try to preach. However, the major menace we have in the profession is more of people forging the survey plans. So yes, we have.
You have that?
Yes, we have that.
Okay.
We have that. So we have people forging our survey plans, and then right now we have 2 cases in court. I've been opportune to be the principal witness on that, and we've been going to court severally, and then we've apprehended some of them.
Okay.
Yes, and then we hope that we get justice, especially for the surveyors that were impersonated and their signatures and seals that were forged.
All right, then. So let's see if we can expand the discourse beyond the studio to also have your input as well. 080-99-120777. That's 080-99-120777. And you can also try 091-5387-7127. You have any questions for the surveyors in the building? That normal survey plan that you're carrying is called the Cadastral survey plan, right? So I'm sure you might want to ask them 1 or 2 questions that relates to that plan that you are holding. Feel free to do so. All right, for those that are involved in, or perhaps let's talk about, how people can identify the true surveyor, or a registered surveyor, that can really carry out this business rather than the quacks, or perhaps those that are involved in fake practice. So how can people identify you guys, Surveyor TIAMIYU?
Thank you very much, Mr. Victor. We have a platform. It is called APPSN web app.
Okay.
Where all registered surveyor practicing in Lagos are listed, and is in the public domain as well. And in addition to that, when people out there want to consult a registered surveyor, you go all out to check. The website is I don't have it here right now.
Okay.
But we have a website, and is in the public domain. It's on our
okay, that's APPSN.
APPSN, yes.
All right. People can check you out, right?
Yes, all registered members in Lagos.
We have some messages that are coming in for you. Let's see if we can attend to those messages as well. This one says, good morning, everyone. TGIF, Surveyor Anthony. Why do different surveyors give different prices for the same plot of land? I'm confused. Jaja is sending this one in.
So, thank you, Mr. Jaja, for asking that question. Like I said, this practice already, the survey practice already has a minimum survey fee. So if I say Etiosa, somewhere in Etiosa, you are asking me to come and survey for you, and I tell you it's 1.565, and my colleague here says 2 million naira, is within the right, because the minimum survey fee is actually 1.565.
Oh, okay, that's the minimum.
Yes, that's the minimum. But if somebody else goes below that, then we call it undercutting.
Oh, okay. All right, Jaja, I hope that is suitably explained. This one says, sir, is a survey plan the same thing as a land document, or I still need other papers? Patience Okoro is sending this one in. Patience, thank you so much. Surveyor Anthony?
Okay, a survey plan. In fact, like I said, this question is really interesting because...
Okay, just hold on. Maybe Surveyor TIAMIYU wanted to respond to that, right?
Oh, thank you very much, Mr. Victor. It has been mentioned before.
Okay.
The survey plan does not confer ownership on the owner.
It only gives details of the land.
It gives details. That is why in the survey plan, you see it at the top of the survey plan, property showing
Land showing property said to belong to
Mr. Victor Oteri.
Said to belong to. That is the statement. Because you invited us to carry out a survey. We are not the one to confer ownership on you.
Okay.
After the survey plan, meet with the lawyer, get the agreement, then go for your title document.
All right. So
can I corroborate more to that?
Yes,
what
go ahead.
You said?
Go ahead.
Because the survey plan, like most people think, I've been seeing issues recently on people selling land and saying registered survey. Please, this is to the public. Before you buy any land, please, when you bring in your professional, even if they say they have a registered survey, try to confirm the status of the survey. Every land, especially in Lagos, you can go and do what they call charting. If they give you registered survey, that does not mean the land is free from any form of acquisition or so. It doesn't confirm ownership on the people that are selling the land, like my colleague have just buttressed.
Right.
So please go and verify the status of the land. A survey plan that is done and be deposited in the Office of the General is a legal instrument that can be used in any court of law, but does not give ownership. If you want ownership, please go and get other documents from the Lands Bureau, and you can complete your documentation for title.
Okay then, 08099120777. We need more questions for the surveyors who are professionals. Hello there, good morning.
Yeah, my name is Benga.
Benga, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Ikorodu.
Ikorodu, go ahead, Benga.
So I want to ask a question to Surveyor Anthony.
Okay, go ahead.
So he said about I want to talk about our professional field.
Okay.
So I want to ask those mortgage banks who gave us job to value, and although we don't follow the professional field, he always call something SLA, which is service level agreement.
Okay.
That we have to value this property for this price. So I don't know why we can't put our professional fee. And
Benga, are you there?
Naive, and why naive? They're not trying to, like, how would I put it? Naive. They're not trying to mandate that this our professional fee. They should follow the right procedure. When we even value for individual, they will have to quote that I can't pay this professional fee for this property.
Right.
You have to call the money. No, it's not right. If this is mandate, if this is compulsory, come on, those lawyers collect their 10% agency fee without no question. So why is that all surveyors you have to call the deal? I can't value a property of 1 billion now. I'm telling them that my professional fee is this. They won't give me that money. They won't pay it.
Very, very good. So Benga, I suspect you're a surveyor as well.
Yes, I just signed out from Rabatech, and it's really bad for us outside.
Wow.
You have to go there, you value them, you put our professional fee. They won't pay us the money.
All right. Let's allow them to respond. Yeah. Yeah, thank you so much, because I can feel his passion really. So Anthony, quickly.
So my dear friend Benga, sorry, I think you didn't join us from the beginning of the program. However, the Nigerian Institution of Estate Valuers Surveyors are different from the Nigerian Institution of Surveyors.
Okay.
So I think what you are actually referring to is estate valuation.
Yes.
But what we are talking about here at the table here today is about land surveys, which requires we the land surveyors to do. So I think we also use similar terms. You call yourself surveyors, we also call ourselves surveyors.
All right.
So
okay, this one says, hello Traffic Radio, I am Sukomi, and I would like to know if a survey plan can actually help me avoid buying government acquired land. Sukomi,
did I just explain earlier on this? Okay, actually, the land survey plan itself actually is not what determines status of the land.
Okay.
So because a surveyor is free to work in any part of the federation. So when you call a surveyor to do that for you, as part of his consultancy, you can request him to go further by giving you the land information. However, in recent times, when you do a survey and then it is submitted to the Office of Surveyor General, when it is lodged, you wait for what we call certificate of deposit. On certificate of deposit, there's a remark section which actually tells you what the status of land is. So if you wait for that, after maybe 2-3 months or thereabout, the surveyor will give that to you on request, and then you will see the status of your land. So, but if you have already bought,
right,
and then the surveyor comes to do the survey, it cannot determine that, except you are asking. So these are different services, right?
Okay.
If you call the surveyor to come and determine that before buying,
right?
Yes,
that can be
different thing.
Okay, quickly, because we see our messages are streaming in for this one. Says, please, how long does it normally take to get a proper survey plan in Lagos? Because some people told me their survey took almost 1 year. Mrs. Bamidele, can that be true?
Well, if you are patronizing, Mrs. Bamidele, if you have patronized a registered surveyor,
it should take how many days?
It can't take more than a week, 2 weeks.
So
for your survey plan to be delivered.
Okay, so that means,
and if you have paid the appropriate fee.
Okay, all right. So that might be that probably Mrs. Bamidele must have patronized the tout, so to say. This one says, "Good morning, Victor and the surveyors. Please, how much should an average person budget for a standard survey plan in Lagos?" I think you just said it. Shehu Ibrahim, maybe you're just joining. It depends on the location in Lagos. We have some prime areas, but of course, I think the highest should be how much now? 1.5 million?
1.575.
All
right, then
that is the minimum.
That is the minimum.
Okay.
Surveyors can charge you 10 million.
All right, let's go. We have to go. What's your parting thoughts really this morning? Anthony, quickly, what's your parting thought? What are you leaving with our listeners this morning?
Okay, I just want to, of course, we have come in to talk about surveyors, so this is to the public. Whatever you are doing as regards surveying, please patronize a registered surveyor. Okay. And also ask questions. Don't be that novice that thinks that you know it all.
Right.
Don't call the surveyor after you've already bought the land and said he's the one that caused the problem.
All right. Please. And Surveyor TIAMIYU, what's your parting thought quickly? 30 seconds.
I will go in line with my brother here. Patronize a registered surveyor, but make sure you are patronizing a registered surveyor, not anybody that just presents himself or herself. I'm a surveyor.
Okay.
We have surveyors and we have surveyors.
Okay, then we'll leave it at that for now. It's nice having both of you in the studios. Thank you so much for making it through to the studios this morning.
It's been a wonderful day.
Okay, then. So we have to go now. The program has been produced by Mike James. And I say a big thank you to the Surveyors family, precisely APPSN, for making this conversation possible every Fridays from 10:15 through 11 o'clock. Ohikhueme Shodunke, Daniel Downsey, and Remi Aloko, they are our social media unit. And our executive producer is Tayo Akonle. My name is Victor Oteri. Have a splendid day. Enjoy your weekend and bye.